With the rise of rucking in popularity over the last few years, there's been a lot of attention drawn to hydration systems and hydration integration with rucks. And with this increased attention, a lot of people have noticed that there's a lot of shortcomings with the integration of soft bladders and traditional hydration systems with rucks, namely lack of strength, rupture, and other issues that we'll get into in a minute. And so as a result, we've had a lot of customers ask us, hey, can you guys show us how to integrate the IcePlate with this ruck, that ruck, rucks in general, show us how you can use it. We really think that there's a lot of runway there, but we just need you guys to show us kind of how to integrate that. And we've really been looking far and wide, but amazingly, we've actually found the perfect match. And with us today is Glenn from Crossfire, Australia. And Glenn is going to take us through some of that integration. But Glenn, thanks so much for joining us. Why don't you, if you don't mind, share a little bit about your background and kind of how this came to be?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, thanks for your time, Justin. Yeah, Crossfire Australia has been in North America for about 18 months. Prior to that, we've been in Australia for about 34 years, largely supporting the Australian and New Zealand Defence Forces in various projects. My personal background, I spent 27 years in the Australian Army, largely in infantry-based units. My final posting is Royal Military College Duntroon, and I began working for Crossfire.
So you actually have a little bit of experience in carrying heavy things on your back.
I certainly do, yeah, many times and many different styles of packs, yeah.
And from what I've learned about your DG frame set, there's actually a lot of really cool things about it that are unique to the DG frame set that make life for the user a heck of a lot easier in something that's otherwise very difficult.
Yeah, absolutely. So I suppose that the strong point of the DG frame set for the North American market is the frame set integrates perfectly into the US Army Molly 400 or the Marine Corps Filber pack. The difference with our frame set compared to other frame sets in the market is the frame set's got a 7% flexion built into the frame. So what that means is when the wearer is wearing it, instead of the pack traversing laterally or vertically on their body, the frame set will flex with their gait pattern. So when they're walking, it will flex with their gait pattern. The wider harness is designed, you'll never get brachial plexus compression. And these are all tools that it's going to make it's going to mitigate largely fatigue and more importantly injury to the wearer.
That's awesome. Well, we have actually one of your Mark 7s with a DG frame set over here. So if you could, why don't you kind of show the users how the IcePlate is integrated into the frame set? And I mean, it's almost like they were designed together from the beginning.
It's perfect. I was, when we first met and we tried the first integration, I was pleasantly surprised on how well they integrate. So the actual frame set, the way our frame was designed, it was designed initially so a wearer wearing a ESAPI plate or body armour could wear the plate and integrate into the frame. And that's what almost perfectly integrates the core performance. So it sits in behind, simply undoing the straps, our adjustment straps. All it is literally sliding the core performance plate in there.
Normally where a ESAPI plate would go.
Normally where a ESAPI plate would go. And then lastly, but not least, attach your hydration straw and you're good to go. So that's snugly fit in there.
And there's still an air gap, as you pointed out.
And there's still an air gap, so you're still getting that airflow between your back and the pack. So, and you're not, more importantly, you're not taking up any real estate inside the pack. You're not having anything moving around. And you've got a bulletproof solution, but you know, one, it's going to aid with thermoregulation, and two, you've got 1.5 litres of hydration there.
Now, obviously, with all of your drawing on your extensive experience in the infantry and carrying heavy things on your back, why is taking up internal space problematic?
Because you know the big thing now, even in today's day and age, between radios, batteries, and everything else, and mission critical equipment, if you can minimise your footprint, you don't want a big bulky bag. You want to be able to move seamlessly without bulk on it. Having this built into the frame. You know, from 2 points of view, once you start drinking down, this isn't going to rock around and adjust your point of balance on your pack. And two, if you can minimise what you've got in your bag, it's just a seamless thing. And the way the core performance have designed the principle to be able to refill it is absolutely seamless. You know, you don't have to try and worry about pulling out a bag and opening different things up and whatever. That is a really seamless solution. And reality being, keep it simple and stupid works.
Yeah.
It's an old adage, but it's a true adage. And certainly in this day and age, more than ever.
I mean, our friend Buck from Aimpoint recently told us simplicity wins and complexity kills. And
as we learned today, right? Simplicity wins, complexity kills.
That's really kind of both of these products. Right?
Absolutely, it is. And, robust, flexible, reliable. If you can meet those three tenets reliably, you're on a winning
You can count on that kit in the field.
Yeah.
And so it does look like, we probably had this planned, right? Like from the beginning. And though we would like to think that, the teams at Crossfire or Qore Performance are this smart and had this kind of foreshadow, it turns out neither one of us can actually take credit for this, huh?
No, unfortunately, Felix got to take credit for this. Like Felix has been from Redbeard. He's been a great ambassador for Crossfire, and he's certainly helped value add with some suggestions on product improvement and refinement. And he was the one who put on, he said, "You've got to talk to Justin." I said, "Justin who?" And who at Qore Performance, and then did a bit of research, and
and then he showed us.
Yeah, and it sent the photos, and I'm going, damn, why haven't I talked to these guys before?
I mean, that was exactly my reaction. Like, how did we not know about these guys?
I know.
Like, it's almost as if they designed it around the IcePlate, or we designed the IcePlate around the frame.
It's just a perfect solution. Like, it really is. It just answers, like it just works.
It just works.
It just works. That's all I can say. Like, from thermoregulation, certainly in Australia, one of the biggest detractors away on exercise and things that really detract away from operational capability is heat-based injuries.
So just like here in the States.
Yeah, this it's never going to completely mitigate, but it goes a significant way to mitigate against that.
Yeah.
It's a perfect solution.
Well, something you already have to carry. You already have to carry the water.
Yeah, well, you have to carry the water, and now you've got a reliable source that also adds with thermoregulation.
Now, a lot of viewers will probably not be surprised to hear that it's going to be really useful for heat injury mitigation in Australia or here in the United States. But maybe what some people don't realize is that it has tremendous application for cold weather climates. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, certainly. We've recently partnered with Cold Skills Sweden. So Cold Skills are regarded as the subject matter experts in Arctic warfare training. And one of the key things they've got is when you're operating environments in the Arctic Circle, -30, -50, water, you either have to keep it inside the pack wrapped, or it's got to be somewhere where it's not going to freeze. So you don't have ready access to water. You still, however, have the same problems with heat-based injuries and hydration issues. The Qore Performance, instead of loading it or freezing it with your ice plate, you can put hot water in there. So it's going to add with thermoregulation whilst also maintaining hydration. And because of the design of our frame, the wearer, the heat coming off their back when they're wearing is going to keep the system from freezing out. So it solves a lot of solutions there. And
it's killing a lot of birds with one stone.
Absolutely, absolutely. And again, it's you're looking at a significant mission enhancer with this type of.
And this is also a capability that really has already been tested because Felix has already done this. Right?
Exactly, and Felix, to his credit, if it didn't work, he wouldn't raise it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so it's proven. You guys have got proven performance, and certainly.
And so do you guys. Long track record.
Yeah, so we're not bringing anything to the market that's prototype. We're bringing to the market a mature product.
Yeah. Now, can you tell us a little bit about, because we've had some good conversations today and also a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little about, we've got some really cool plans between Qore Performance and Crossfire Australia.
Yeah.
Do you want to share a little bit with the audience about what they can expect to see in the coming weeks and months?
Yeah, I sort of see that it's, between us, we can, further integration of our systems and working together, and the reality being all of our frames and all of our systems are going to integrate perfectly with the Qore Performance project or Qore Performance products.
And that's a capability that's going to be unique to our partnership.
Absolutely, it is.
Yeah.
To my research and what I've looked around at, there is nothing else on the market that can offer this. Nothing.
That's going to be tremendous.
Oh, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of great things to come, especially as we enter this near-peer and peer-to-peer environment where field sustainment becomes really critical.
Absolutely. Like the days of sort of a couple of days and then going back to the fob or whatever are over. So again, it goes back to our K.I.S. principle, from the ability to fill it to the robustness of the system. The more robust it is, the higher propensity of success, the more complexity, as you mentioned, failure is going to ensure.
So simple, every user can use it.
Absolutely, even a Marine.
That's awesome. Well, Glenn, thanks so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, looking forward to working together.
We're super excited.
Cheers.
Hey guys, thanks so much for joining us. We really hope that that was informative and helpful. Expect a lot more content from us and from Crossfire Australia showing integrations, showing how this next generation of Ruck and hydration integration and thermal regulation is going to change the game, and how only our partnership is going to be able to bring it to you guys. So make sure that you hit that like button and do all the cool YouTube stuff, like, comment, subscribe, notifications, and all that kind of fun jazz on both channels. We're going to put all the links that you need below in the show notes. And until then, stay frosty.